You closed the tab. You promised yourself, not this time. And then you opened it again. That moment doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've been using the wrong tools. You know the routine. The package arrives, or the confirmation email, or the tracking number, and for a moment, something in you settles. The tension drops. You breathe. And then it comes back. Not the urge, something worse. The voice that says, "Why did you do that again? You said you wouldn't. What is wrong with you?" So you do what anyone would do. You make a plan. You set rules. You promise yourself. Harder this time, stricter, with real consequences. You delete the app. You freeze the card. You tell yourself that this time you mean it. And you do mean it. But here's what nobody tells you. The shame you feel after a purchase and the willpower you summon to prevent the next one aren't two different things fighting this problem from two different sides. They're the same machine. And every time you turn it on, it runs the cycle faster. That's what this video is about. Not another strategy for stopping, not another list of tips. Something deeper, the hidden engine that keeps the loop going. You've made the promise before. Delete the apps, hide the card, no shopping after 9 p.m. Whatever your version is, you meant it every time. And it held. For a few days, maybe a week, you felt the grip working. You were proving something. But underneath the grip, something was building. A tension you couldn't name. A restlessness that had nowhere to go. Then, one bad afternoon, and everything you'd been holding back came through at once. The purchase wasn't small. It never is after you've been white-knuckling. Next morning, same promise, stricter rules, more resolve. You've assumed the problem is that you didn't try hard enough. What if the trying is the problem? Here's what happens after you buy something you told yourself you wouldn't. Before the package even arrives, the voice starts. Why did you do that? You're so weak. You literally just promised. It feels like accountability, like the part of you that knows better is finally speaking up. It's not. Shame triggers a stress response, the same one you'd feel if someone yelled at you. Your brain floods with cortisol, your body tenses, and when your brain is under stress, it does something predictable. It reaches for the nearest source of relief. For you, that's shopping. Shame doesn't motivate you to stop. It primes you to go again. Not tomorrow, not next week, soon. The next time stress builds past what you can hold, which won't take long because shame itself is the stress. This is the part nobody talks about. The guilt you feel after a purchase isn't a corrective. It's a trigger. It's loading the next round. And you've been treating it like medicine. But shame isn't the only wrong tool you've been reaching for. After the shame comes the plan. And the plan always looks the same. Try harder, resist more, be stronger. But willpower has a problem no one warns you about. When you tell yourself, don't browse, don't look, don't buy, your brain doesn't hear the don't. It hears browse, look, buy, and it fixates. The thing you're trying not to think about becomes the only thing you can think about. The urge doesn't shrink under pressure, it transforms. What started as a passing impulse, something you could have ridden out in 10 minutes, becomes an obsession. It sits in the background of every conversation, every task, every quiet moment, growing. And when willpower finally breaks, and it always does, the purchase isn't the small one you were originally resisting. It's a binge. You weren't preventing purchases, you were storing them up. Every time you white-knuckled your way through a week and then fell off, That wasn't a failure of discipline. That was discipline working exactly as it works. Suppress, build, explode. Now here's where it gets worse. Because these two forces don't just work side by side, they feed each other. Shame says, "You're broken, try harder." Willpower says, "I'll fix this, hold on tighter." And when willpower breaks, because it was always going to, shame is right there waiting. See, you failed again. So you try harder, grip tighter, and the cycle accelerates. This is the trap, and you've been locked inside it. You buy something, shame floods in and tells you you're weak. So you reach for willpower, the only tool that feels like strength. Willpower suppresses the urge until it can't anymore. The rebound purchase is bigger, the shame is deeper. The next round of willpower is more desperate. Each revolution tightens the loop. Each failure raises the stakes. And the whole time, you think the problem is that you need more of what's already breaking you. That's the trap, not the shopping, the response to the shopping. Two forces that feel like opposites, one punishing, one resisting. But they're not opposites at all. They're partners. Each one creates the conditions the other needs to exist. You were never stuck because you were weak. You were caught between two walls that move closer together every time you push against either one. But every machine has a vulnerability, and this one's is simpler than you'd think. The trap runs on one thing: reactivity. Shame is a reaction to the purchase. Willpower is a reaction to the shame. The whole machine needs you to react, instantly, automatically, without seeing what's happening. Which means the thing that breaks it isn't a better reaction. It's a pause. Not a deep breath, not a mindfulness exercise, something more specific. It's the moment you feel the shame rising after a purchase, and instead of letting it drive, you say, "Oh, there it is. I know this one. And I know what comes next." You see the willpower revving up behind it, the rules forming, the promises sharpening. And instead of climbing in, you watch, just for a moment. You name what's happening while it's happening. That recognition, seeing the machine in motion instead of being inside it, is the one thing the trap can't metabolize. You can't shame yourself out of shame. You can't willpower your way past willpower. But you can watch both of them arrive and choose not to hand them the keys. That's not strength. It's a different kind of attention. And there's a practical piece too. Stop building your life around resisting the urge. Start building it around not needing to resist. Unsubscribe from the emails. Delete the apps. Not as an act of willpower, but as architecture. You're not proving you're strong. You're making the decision once instead of 50 times a day. One is fighting, the other is building. The difference sounds small. It changes everything. Remember the laptop? You closed it, you meant it, and then you opened it again. That moment used to feel like proof that something was wrong with you. Now you know what it actually was. The machine completing another cycle. Shame loading the gun, willpower pulling the trigger. You were never too weak to stop. You were caught in a trap that was designed to tighten every time you struggled against it. The way out isn't through more force. It's through seeing. Seeing the shame arrive and knowing it's not the truth. Seeing the willpower gear up and knowing where it leads. The cycle doesn't break when you try harder. It breaks when you stop punishing yourself for being in it.
There's so much more I want to share with you. If you're ready to keep going, visit us at Retail Therapy Unplugged.